Hello, my name is Rebecca, and if you are watching this, then you want to learn English. So I am an English teacher, and today's video, I have Googled top searches about learning English. So best way to learn English, tips on how to learn English, and I am going to answer the top Googled questions on learning English. So if you want to know the best way to learn English and tips on how to learn English, and also you will be learning English through this video as you will be using one of the tips of listening to YouTube videos, native speakers on YouTube, then you will be learning English throughout this video. So let's get started. So of course, the first most Googled question is, how do I learn English quickly or easily? So I have so many tips for this, so I'm going to give you lots of tips on how to learn English easily and quickly. So I am actually learning Spanish at the minute, so I understand the best way to learn language, and I understand how hard it is and how difficult it is and how long it takes. I've been learning Spanish for 10 years and I'm still not fluent. Oops, it's so hard to be confident in the language. But you really just have to immerse yourself. First tip, most obvious one. Listen to English as much as possible. Right now, that's what you're doing. So watch YouTube videos, watch movies, listen to English podcasts, watch English TV shows. You can even change your phone to English settings. You have to start by listening. You need to just have your ears ready and listen to everything. You're not going to be able to talk or have a conversation as quickly as you think. It's so much easier to listen before and then to speak afterwards, because it's very scary. I find it very scary to speak to a native speaker in case you make a mistake, but you just have to try your best. Tip number 2 is to find people to talk to. So online, look for people online to speak English with. Try and find an English speaking friend. That can be very hard, but you have the internet. There's so many people who are willing to help you or willing to learn. You can get tutoring. So I am actually an English tutor. I have spaces open in September and I'm going to upload a video on how to book lessons with me. I'm not open just yet, but hopefully that will be very soon. So you can book an English tutor, and then the downside is you do have to pay. So you have to pay, but then you're getting lessons which are personalized for you, and you're getting someone to not feel embarrassed to speak English with, not to make mistakes. You're allowed to make mistakes, and I'll also help you when you do make a mistake. So that's different. If you're just with a random person, you might feel a bit more embarrassed. But if you're in a lesson with a teacher, then you can make your mistakes, and that really helps you to learn. Making mistakes helps you to learn. So if you have a tutor, another thing is to download apps. And I've also got this new app. It's called Elsa. Okay. And this app is really useful as it helps you to pronounce English words correctly. So it gives a sentence on your level, and it says the sentence in English. So you listen to it and then you repeat after it. So I'll show you an example now. This app is great for practicing pronunciation whenever you don't have a friend to practice with. So there's lots of different topics. Today I am going
I seriously need a vacation.
Conversation. And then I have to repeat. Me too. Is there some place you have in mind?
Somewhere warm
right.
with beaches. Any recommendations?
Okay, this time I'm going to make a mistake. Thailand has a lot of nice Icelands, and it can be affordable too. So it shows where I made a mistake. I said Nice instead of nice, and Islands instead of islands. So I repeat it again. So this app is
All correct.
great.
Yay.
If you don't have a friend or you can't get a tutor. So this helps you to pronounce different words. So it's really useful to help you pronounce different English words, and it also has the translation underneath in your language. So I actually have a promo code, a link. If you're interested in this app, you can use my 2 links here below for 85% off a lifetime Elsa subscription, or a 40% off for the 1-year subscription. And then there's another link for 7-day free trial to try the app. So this means that you get all the features. So if you want to help with your pronunciation, use this app, use my links. And my final tip to learn English easily is to go to the country. You need to move to an English speaking country and just be around English speakers all the time. So I know that doesn't work for everyone, but that is the only way I think to be fully motivated and committed to the language. So Ireland, UK, America, Australia, lots of different countries. You need to move to that country, and then you just need to get involved in the community and just go out there and force yourself to speak English. Next most googled question was, what do you do if you can't think of the English word, or if your brain just goes empty? And you know it because you learnt it, but you're talking and you're talking quite quickly and you just can't remember the word. So this happens to me all the time when I'm speaking Spanish, and it's so frustrating because you learn the language for so long and then you actually have to use it with a real person and you're like, brain freeze, no thoughts. So what do you do in this situation? First of all, most people are very understanding. Okay, you might think they're scary or they're judging you, but most people understand. So firstly, I would just say, be honest and say, I'm sorry, can you give me a minute to think of the word? Or you can ask them to help you think of the word. You can say, sorry, can you just help me think of this word, or give me a minute to translate it on Google? Another great tip is to use synonyms. That means using words that have the same meaning, but they're different words. So simpler language. And this is a great tip for learning English. So for example, you want to say, I love this book, but you can't remember the word for love. So you would change it. You would say, I enjoy reading. I like to read books. It is my pleasure to enjoy a book. So you just change the word love, like, don't hate. I don't hate books. Just use the opposite of what you're trying to say. If you can remember the word for I hate books, you just change it to the opposite. I don't hate books. It means you like books. So you just have to think of the word and then try and think of another word. And I even get brain freeze in English, so it's totally normal. Totally normal. The next question is, how do I learn words or vocabulary? And how important is grammar? So for me, when I was learning Spanish, the best way to learn words is rote learning for me. So I have a vocabulary book, just like a notebook, or you can use your phone. And I just write out every time I hear a new word that I didn't know before, I write it out. Okay. And then I write the English or the Spanish beside it. So you would write the English and then your native language beside it. And you literally just have this notebook that is filled with new words. Okay. And that takes practice. And then I would read that notebook anytime I can get, and just sit and learn it and memorize it. Sometimes you just need to memorize these things. Another tip for learning words is to, every time you hear a new word, just to repeat it. So you learned the word pillow. Pillow. And then you've just learned the new word and you just said pillow, 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 pillow. And just repeat it until it gets in your head. Or you can use like a rhyme or like what it sounds like. So pillow, it sounds like pill. Like the little pills, you pop a pill. And low to the ground, pillow. Now you're going to know what pillow is. So repetition. Annoying, I know, but repetition. Reading the word lots of times, saying the word lots of times. That works for new vocabulary. Is grammar important? Yes and no. If you are speaking and your grammar is not perfect, we can still understand you. It doesn't matter if you say there are glasses, there is glasses. It would be there are glasses because it's plural. But we can still understand if you make a grammar mistake. If you make a mistake with the tense. I was eating. I am eating. It doesn't matter. I understand that you were eating at one point. If you're learning, people are going to understand. The only time it would make a difference is if maybe you're in an exam or you're in a more formal or professional setting or but I understand whenever I'm speaking Spanish, I am so worried about grammar. Even though they can still understand me, I just think they're judging me. That's how you feel. But it doesn't matter. Even English people in English speaking countries don't have perfect grammar. A lot of people have very bad grammar. That's true. So just get the basic words out. Just force yourself to say the words and don't worry about grammar. Who cares? Last Googled question is what not to do when learning English. Okay? So what not to do. Don't start too high of a level that you can't understand. You have to take it slowly. If that means you're just beginning and you have to watch children's cartoons or you have to look at very simple vocabulary like a menu instead of going straight to an adult's movie or straight to a newspaper, you're going to be discouraged. You're going to feel sad because you can't understand everything. Okay? You need to start at your level and slowly, gradually move up. Gradually move up, okay? So I would say know your level and don't go too high above it because you just feel discouraged. Don't just sit and learn grammar or direct, exactly how to learn English on a book, in a textbook. You need to listen to conversation. You need to speak casually. You need to learn. Yes, you need to do a little bit, but don't just learn grammar from a textbook because it's going to be boring. You're not going to pick it up as easily. It's easier. Conversation, listening to people speak is the best way to learn. Don't give up. That's my main thing. Don't give up. If your first time is speaking with an English speaker and you don't understand anything, don't give up. Just starting and try your best, okay? Because I know how discouraging it is when you've been learning a language for 10 years. Then you go to the country and blah, 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 blah. They speak so quickly and you can't understand. It takes time, okay? So just keep trying, try your best, and you can do this. If you are looking for an English tutor, that is coming very soon with me. I'm opening my diary again for this year. So keep an eye out. It's not ready just yet, but keep an eye out and I will let you know when you can book a class with me. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned some new words. If you did, write them down in your little book. Also drawing pictures, that helps some people. So writing pillow and then drawing a little picture of the pillow. So if you learned any English today, give me a thumbs up and thank you very much. And I'll see you guys later. Remember, if you want to use my link to the Elsa app, links are below in the description.